Well, you thought I wasn't gonna get to this one, didn't you? Too popular? Everyone else has done it. Why not the Gaming Linguistics guy? Well, honestly, I thought I didn't need to do a Gaming Linguistics on this one because the rest of the internet had it covered. But it turns out while researching something for an upcoming video, our old pal Lady Mommy Vamp Milkers came up in discussion. Personally, I haven't played Resident Evil Village. I probably should, but I'm an old school Resident Evil fan. I like my controls
tanked.
I like my camera angles
Frozen like my cold dead heart.
But enough about me. Let's tackle the fact that so many supposed linguistics experts couldn't solve how to say Lady D's name. For this is Gaming Linguistics. If you don't know who Lady D is, she basically ran the internet's sexy fan art for a few months. Well, who am I kidding? It's probably still going on. A countess and mutant from the presumably early 1900s, the Kadu parasite she was implanted with gave her vampire-like powers, retractable fingernail claws, a healing factor, and a Canadian haircut. Kidding, she also got dragon transformation powers. Anyways, Miss Alcina D, as I'll be calling her while we dive into this one, had a complicated last name. I always had trouble pronouncing it, so I just didn't. So let's figure out the correct way to say it. The internet seems to point me in the direction of a video where a gaming personality named Brittany Brombacher, and please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, said her name in the April 2021 Resident Evil Showcase livestream. She pronounces it Dimitrescu.
Another demo is coming this spring. Something tells me it won't involve casual tea time with Lady Dimitrescu.
Now, there's always been confusion in the English language depending on region regarding the E and I sounds for both short and long, but if I personally took a stab at this word, it would be Dimitrescu, almost like making it sound like rescue at the end. Now, how did Capcom pronounce it in-game?
You will learn what it means to insult House Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu. Interesting. So if we check out the Japanese audio courtesy of YouTuber Madmen Easy Joseph, you can hear something similar. This matches with the Japanese katakana of the name.
Dimitrescu.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu. Yes, I know I'm being way too liberal with my written pronunciation, but this is clear evidence that both versions of the game use Do instead of D. Kind of funny because in later interviews, voice actress for Lady D herself says,
I'm Maggie Robertson, who plays Lady Dimitrescu in Resident Evil.
Whoops. Here's the, well, I was gonna say elephant, but here's the Lady D in the room. The name is supposedly based on a Romanian name despite her first name, Alcina, being considered either Greek, Spanish, or Portuguese. There's enough evidence to say that this is the case, especially since it's been confirmed that the castle in the game was based on a Romanian castle. If we assume that Capcom doesn't know what it's doing and just go based on the Romanian pronunciation, it would be easy. Piece of cake, right? Right. Yeah, I'm still not satisfied. I could just close the door on this and say, alright, it's katakana based on the Romanian word, and it is. But the do is throwing me off. I decided to dig a little deeper, and I think I can explain why Capcom decided to not be too literal with the translation. If you plug the word Dimitrescu into the Japanese to Romanian translator, you get something a little different. You get an exact letter translation back to DI.
Dimitrescu. 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 Dimitrescu.
But why? Where did the D-O go? It turns out D, in the katakana form, is pronounced Ji. So this explains why it's not Dimitrescu in Japanese, but otherwise it would be Dimitrescu. These are known as katakana symbols with exceptional input, so they require a slight pronunciation modification. So, now we can lay this one to bed. The proper way to say Miss Mommy Crush Me's name is Lady Alcina Dimitrescu, and Dimitrescu for the Japanese. Well, What are your thoughts on this breakdown? How did you pronounce it before this video? And will you be going with what Miss Brittany originally said, or basing it more on the games, or the actual Romanian version? As always, constructive comments are appreciated, for this is Gaming Linguistics.